We know that giving prompting about the behavior we want to stop is not effective for stopping that behavior, because when the goal of the behavior is to get attention, then when that behavior is happening, if the attention is provided, then we're just reinforcing that behavior. We're making it so that even though we think we're giving a consequence or giving a reprimand, it is coming across for her as this is a way to get my interaction. So we want to do one of two things. If we're seeing a lot of small attention-seeking behaviors, we're making loud noises suddenly, we're flopping onto the ground, we're trying to pick at our hair or touch our body inappropriately or flash our body, then with those things, we know that they continue to escalate. We know we don't want to give them any attention. So we want to give a high probability prompt. So something that we know is easy to do and is very likely to be done. Like, will you clap your hands and then touch your head? Perfect. What color is my shirt? Oh yeah, it is yellow with stripes. Who is the dog at home? That's right. Any of those kinds of questions are going to, one, remove the focus from whatever the target behavior was, and is going to give an opportunity to give a lot of attention and praise for this positive thing that we knew was very likely going to occur. And then we can just continue on. We don't need to go back and revisit, this is why we don't need to touch our body, or remember, always keep our shirt down. We are just going to not have any attending to that, because it isn't a limited awareness. It's not that she's not aware that those things aren't appropriate. So there's not a teachable moment in that. If there are things that are happening that are getting a lot of attention from peers, like pouring things out, having inappropriate behavior in the lunchroom, instead of those high probability prompts, because lots of attention is happening from peers. And so us removing attention and giving it to a different choice is not going to be as effective, because the behavior of pouring liquid all over the floor is getting attention from peers. So what we want to do in that situation is, if there's something unsafe, of course, we want to block it. So if somebody is having milk poured on them, if you feel that someone is in harm's way because they could slip on liquids poured all over the floor, those types of things we are going to block, but we're going to block with neutral reaction and no attention. So if there's milk poured on the floor, I'm not going to attend by saying, you need to clean this milk up right now. Somebody could fall. This is not okay. Here are the towels. You start cleaning. That seems like it would be a good repair task, because we're causing cleaning of the mess we made. But if that mess is made for attention, then we want to be neutral. So we're not attending. We're not saying anything. Grabbing some paper towels, avoiding eye contact if possible, making sure our face doesn't demonstrate like this anger and frustration, because all of that's being watched for as a reaction. We're just totally neutral. Nothing's going on. And while we're doing that, we're giving a lot of exaggerated praise to peers in the vicinity who are doing things that they should be doing, even if they always do them. So we might say, I love how you are drinking that out of your cup, or thank you so much for staying in your seat. You're doing such a great job. What an awesome choice at lunch. Or you are so helpful when you take that over and throw it in the trash can. That is perfect. I love that. So we're kind of exaggerating. We're giving specific praise of things we would like to see this person do, and there's no attention coming here. Now, if it's not a safety risk that cups were just thrown into the sink and they weren't supposed to be, there's some liquid on the table that is not causing a problem, then we don't even need to clean it up in that moment. We can just shift away from that person, lots of praise that's specific to the behaviors to everybody around. And then as soon as that person is making a good choice, we can then return our attention and give praise for it. So as soon as that person goes and is sitting where they're supposed to, oh, thank you so much for going to sit down. That's awesome. Again, we don't need to go back to the milk, or the whatever liquid it is. We can give specific praise about that beverage, whatever it is, milk or water, to other participants who are sitting down when they're doing what is supposed to happen, and shaping that behavior that way. I love how your water stayed in your cup for all of lunch, and then what was left you poured into the sink and you threw it away. And that is so perfect. That's so amazing. I can't believe it. I hope that you get to come and do a special job with me today. But we're not going to go to her and say, do you see that you poured this milk here? Now you need to clean it up. We're not going to give anything to her about that.